We live, family. Yo, peace to the family, though, yo. Like, for real, I'm going to tell y'all, man. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, yo. I've been loving the engagement. I've been loving the engagement. I've been loving the fact that uh, we've been virtually getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why that was important to me, because for real, this self-discovery journey, the healing journey, can be very lonesome. It can be lonesome. You know what I'm saying? And I just really want to be, you know what I'm saying? I've been going on a healing journey for a while now. Basically, what you see with Supreme Wellbeing is just a manifestation of my existence. My business is a manifestation of my existence. This is how I really live. This is who I really am, unapologetically. And it's very ironic how you can meet a total stranger that sees you more than people you've been knowing all your life. And a lot of that has to do with self-evolution. A lot of that has to do with self-evolution by the way that you've morphed and changed and transitions and transformed into this new identity of a person, this new form, this new spiritual work of progress, work of art that people don't understand, because they have a nostalgic self-image of you. They have a nostalgic self-conception of you. When you're constantly coming into your real and true self. So that can be lonely because you have to spend a lot of time on your own. There's a lot of things that you have to find out about yourself on your own that people that have been knowing you for a long time don't understand. So you can build up the strength to come back around and be in your true form and stand strong and not bring yourself down to a level that you know that you're not at anymore. You're constantly ascending. Trust me, it's not personal, it's spiritual. Y'all seen the post. That was real, right? Like that's real talk. Like it's not personal, it's spiritual because you're on a spiritual journey that only you can identify with because it's yours, and you're brave enough to go on it. You're brave enough to go on this journey. You're showing the true bravery behind what it is that you believe in, and that's ultimately yourself. So your investment goes into the self-investment. That's where your deposits are going because you believe in yourself. And the more you go on the self-discovery journey, the more new things you find out about yourself, the more you challenge yourself, which impresses your subconscious mind, which makes you believe in yourself even more. Ain't that crazy? It's crazy. It's crazy how the more you get into your self-discovery journey, the more you start learning about yourself. You start learning all different type of new things about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And within learning these new things about yourself, you start loving on yourself more. You start loving on yourself more. Like, wow, I didn't even never know. Let me tell you a story about a person in my life that I really love. I'm not going, but basically she went on a self-discovery journey and found out that she was this awesome artist. She didn't even never really paint or do art or drawings like that in before, but her going on a self-discovery journey, she discovered that she was this just phenomenal artist, coming up with all different type of creative ideas and paintings and different forms of artistry through drawing. And now she's just like, it's just like a part of her. But she had to tap into it by way of going on the inward path. That's what makes it so dope. This is what I'm saying about the mental and spiritual alchemy that goes into the path that we're on, family. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really a deep mystical path because a lot of people is not gonna understand. Like I just put up, y'all seen the reel. I got I did the plant-based vegan meal. I did the plant-based vegan meal. The lentil spaghetti. You feel me? So I did a food for thought around it. You check my YouTube out, Supreme Wellbeing on YouTube. I'm doing a food for thought as well on it. And I was talking about how, conscious cooking with different things, like when you're coming into like really showing yourself real true self-love, like, on a whole, on you're living holistically on a whole 360, on a full perspective, on a full spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, does your deodorant have aluminum in it? Like the heavy metals, how heavy metals do damage to the body. I even shared a story on how I couldn't really, when I found out I couldn't use the microwave anymore. Because I was standing in front of the microwave, I was getting a headache, and then I was like, damn, the radiation's messing with my head. I wonder if, like, the radio, because I'm getting more sensitive to radiation because I'm flushing the radioactive elements out of my body. And now I wonder what those radioactive elements are doing to my food. So I couldn't keep doing that. So these are just the realizations that you learn moving forward with yourself. Just going through the self-discovery journey, I found out so many different things about myself. And even on the entrepreneurship journey is a spiritual journey. But then challenging myself through product development, building new relationships, how communication translates over into cash flow. You got to be ready to do these things. I remember first I had an epiphany about Supreme Wellbeing. This came to me. I didn't even have a business module about Supreme Wellbeing. This came out of a place of self-discovery and self-revelation and self-evolution by way of me just going with my intuition that opened up because of me changing my dietary law, because of me having a burning desire to make a drastic change in my life. So when I started doing my business, there was a lot of things in business that I have not done. I had a sense of street entrepreneurship, but not in a legitimate way of business. So when I first started my business, I was going into vending. Now, mind you, in vending, you have to have like superb social and communicative skills, because you're actually understand that people don't buy in the product they're buying into you. This is what I learned by vending. Never vended a day in my life. However, when I got into the vending atmosphere, when I got into the vending of my business, stepped into it, challenged myself, never done it, got into it, began to understand how to communicate my offer, began to understand how to talk to people, and I began to understand how to build new relationships, because it goes back to what I was saying about the self-discovery journey. People that you've known all your life will not support you. They do not know your vision. Don't expect them to support you. Expect to use that energy of them not supporting you, of what you feel, that emotion, and converting that energy and use it as your muse to motivate you, because you believe in you. You believe in you. It's okay that they don't believe in you. That doesn't matter. You have to believe in you. They'll hop on the train later. You have to believe in you. You have to know and understand the paradigm shift that you're going through, and channeling and focusing and use your concentrative effort to lock in on what it is your purpose is. And your purpose is to serve people. So I jumped out there into vending, and I channeled that energy that I was feeling about like not being supported. And a lot of it, sometimes we be in our head. We be in our head because we need support, but the true support comes from within. So I learned how to support myself from within. I learned how to build new relationships, and everything was laid out for me. The people that I needed to meet, I met. The support that I needed to get, I was supported. And by way of doing that, I built the strength within my subconscious mind to be able to depend and trust myself and trust my intuitive abilities. And my intuition guided me by way of me having a purpose that the almighty source put on my life to be able to service people. And this can be overwhelming, so only the strongest survive when it comes to that. Come on, man, clap it up for yourself if you're going through something like that, because I'm trying to tell you, people don't understand how I really get. People don't understand how I really get. It gets real. Let me see if I can check in on some. I don't know why I can't see a lot of I can't see the comments. Let me see what we got here. But yeah, I just, I just wanted to tap in with y'all, make sure that y'all actually are tuning into my YouTube. I got some real valuable stuff on my YouTube that I know that y'all will appreciate in the group. Also, check out my website, www.mysupremewellbeing.com, for those that are looking to live a more holistic lifestyle. I am a wellness coach. I have, through experience and results, have healed my son of eczema, massive. I've had serious cases of dermatitis that I've taken care of and reversed. I'm only a healer by way of showing people that they can ultimately heal themselves. I'm not proclaiming to be anything other than what I can show you within your own self. That the power is ultimately within you. Absolutely. And this is where I get into the alchemistic healing aspect of how I was able to use the art of transformation to take back control of my life by way of course, becoming my own self-healthcare systems and wellness, of course, and all the elements that encompass wellness in a whole, but also by way of using the art of, the mental and the spiritual alchemy that goes into finding out new things about yourself during the self-discovery journey, and how the more you learn about yourself, the more you're going to unlearn. But the irony is, the more you learn about yourself, the more that people are going to the more you can find out that people don't even know or recognize who you are. They don't even know who you are. Sometimes you won't even recognize yourself. Real talk. Not in a bad way, but in a way of evolution. I talk about it in my book, A Step-by-Step Guide to Improving Self-Discipline. Step-by-Step Guide to Improving Self-Discipline. Hold on, let me get that. Let me read, because I want to read something. I'm going to read something out of it for y'all real quick. Word. So, basically, a step-by-step guide to improving self-discipline. Man, it's packed with value. Oh, let's step 3. I just want to read y'all a little bit from it. Be fearless in your failures. My observation of being fearless in my failures is that even though I don't expect to fail, I am prepared for it. If it comes, counteracting a triggered behavior to give up altogether. Instead, the greatest thing happens in the moment of our failures. That is the lesson. The lessons you learn in failure make you more successful, because you can analyze your mistakes, see where you went wrong, take accountability, and then go at it again. Also, during the process, you can do the proper assessment of yourself. How did you react during failure? Did you feel like you gave it all your all? Did it affect your self-confidence? Did it make you question if you were going down the right path? These questions need to be asked along your journey in life. Sometimes failing can put you in the right pressure on your subconscious mind to challenge ourselves in ways we never have. Or it could do the total opposite. Listen, in this self-discovery journey, the challenges in yourself, I was talking to one of my peers and they said they're into healing, they're into crystal healing, and I'm always suggesting to them that they embody it more, because crystal healing is a very serious thing. People are looking at you constantly to see if the energy around what you're doing is going to be put into the actual crystals that you're healing people with, whether it be silica, quartz. These things, we have crystallized DNA, so people take this very seriously. This person said, well, why can't I just want to be me and still do my business of crystal healing? But I think their perception of themselves actually was kind of misconstrued, because we're always going to be rediscovering who we are. If you think that you're just being you, that will quickly put you in a place of stagnation. You'll be stagnated because you're putting your evolution on hold. understanding like, no, that's not who you are. You're not who you think you are. You're constantly evolving. So you should be constantly coming into new revelations of yourself. You should be constantly challenging yourself. You should be constantly trying to replace certain habits to elevate and ascend, to become more one with your business. Because when you're in the business of wellness, you have to become your business, because you're not just building a business, you're building a life. This is what I was trying to get this particular individual to understand. However, sometimes the self-discovery journey, everybody comes into it at their own pace. It's another thing I'm learning. Everybody comes into it at their own pace. This is the thing about self-discovery that gets very, 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 very mystic. This is the mysterious thing about self-discovery, because you can go through an identity shift that is so deep by way of channeling. You could channel something in your ancestral DNA that you never knew that was there. It could be very overwhelming for you, whether it be a skill, whether it be a talent, whether it be a way that you're able to do things that you never thought that you would be able to do, an expression of art, an expression of architecture, construction, writing, leadership. All these things, you could be channeling something within 14, 15 years of generations back that you had no idea that you had access to. But since you're doing the true work, and since you're really going down that deep, deep spiritual path of finding out who you truly are, these things and these gifts and this supernaturalism starts coming out of you. And this is what we're talking, and this is what the Christ consciousness was talking about when he said, you will do even greater things than me. For those that are brave enough to go on the path. Listen, discipline will liberate you. You can get anything that you desire with discipline. Being a disciple of discipline will take you places that you could never even imagine. I'm telling you, it goes down such a deep, 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 deep hole of just a wealth of knowledge of self. Step-by-step guide to improving self-discipline, man. I really would, I got ebooks too. It's just packed with value. It provokes a lot of thought and allows you, it serves as a guide for those that are looking to get to the fifth dimension of the mind. The fifth dimension of the mind, the compass, would be love for self, manifestation of love for others, becoming one with your consciousness, being able to observe your thoughts, and being able to not become your emotions, but observe your emotions and understand the effect of emotions have on your body and your reactivity. The most important thing to remember about spirituality is it's monitoring how you react to unkind people. True spirituality is being kind to people who are being unkind to you. That is a very big part of it. Because if you can continue to keep your ego at bay, keep your composure, keep your keep remembrance of who you are during a time where somebody is being mean to you, disrespectful to you, and in that moment you say to yourself, you disrespected me. That's okay, because I respect me. And I respect me enough to understand that you probably going through something within you that you're miserable or you're hurt. And I understand and I see that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift the energy, or I'm going to shift my existence in motion and go the other way. Because at this moment in time, I'm not a hurt person. I'm actually healing. I'm actually on the I'm actually on the true inward path. And I hope that one day that you get there too. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't get there. It's all good. Either way, I respect me. True and genuine spirituality comes in times where people are being unfriendly to you and you are still able to be a friend to them. That's true spiritual awakening. That is an example of true spiritual awakening. We all can work on that, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, family. Like, it's all good, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to come in here, man, and chop it up with y'all, man, and just build a little bit, because I'm loving the engagement. I love the way that You know, y'all are just like, you know, we sometimes I post some vulnerable things. You know, I post some vulnerable things sometimes. You know, and it's man, I just appreciate those that comment and engage and and open up. It really help. It warms my heart because I want it makes me feel like they really feel like this is a refuge. This is an asylum for them. This is a safe place for them to be able to express themselves and share certain things and self-sharing certain things that I know in certain settings that they wouldn't. You know, it means a lot to me, man. So salute to y'all, man. I got a lot of admiration for y'all, for real, man. So peace and wellness to the family. I ain't gonna keep y'all long tonight. It's getting a little late, just a little bit. So I'll be back to holler at y'all, man. Peace and wellness to the family.